Hey guys, Gorath here. It's been a minute, I was playing some Hero League on a Friday evening after a long week of work, and I had a game that I found interesting, and I wanted to basically wax philosophical about it. Not much other reason to do the video than that. So I wanted to watch the replay, but I thought it might be fun to watch the replay together, and maybe I'll learn something. Now, this is a game where... Okay, well, I'm just going to spoil it because the suspense isn't part of why I'm doing this, is that we won the game, but it didn't feel like we were going to win, and there was a turning point in the game, and I'd like to explore what it was that caused it. I think we made a decision at some point, and then that sort of turned the tide for us. So I wanted to see what exactly happened there. What were the reasons for it, and maybe there's something to be learned from it. So it's an experiment, and we're going to try it. So without further ado, let's go. The map is Infernal Shrines, and, I just want to say I have a fan going. Hopefully it's not too irritating to listen to, but it's very hot in my apartment. So the fan stays on, and we see, we'll see how it goes. All right. So the map's on Infernal Shrines, and let's examine who we have on our team here real quick. Whoa, got to... get used to that, and maybe we zoom out a little bit. Alright. We can get rid of this guy. Alright, so yeah, I'm playing the Greymane here. And maybe we can highlight the Greymane. Is there a way to do that? I'm number 9, I believe. No, that's the Greymane there. You can even lock the camera to the dude, I think. Yeah, so they have, pretty scary team. They've got the Kael'thas, they've got the Lunara, Muradin. Like, these are all good characters that they've got here. Alright, it's interesting. Alright. So we're going to pick up Wolfheart. But the key, yeah, I think we're just going to zoom around because following me isn't necessarily going to answer my question. Although the beginning time of the match is not going to be super important just because, how do I take focus off of the guy? E? There you go. Let's open up our vision here. Alright, so, I mean, the major focus here, and I'm just going to turn this down on my headphones, is that decision turning point. I think we did fairly poorly here in the early game. So the mid fight doesn't happen. We go up to try and kill Zag, but Zag is super formidable. Then there's this little scuffle that happens down here. So we're playing the Abathur plan. No one's pissed that there's an Abathur on the team. Probably he's, when we're playing in Diamond League, probably someone brave enough to take Abathur has a sense that they know what they're doing. So he actually said very rarely, he said he was going Hat Abathur, which I was super happy with because often they don't. So we'll have to see what talents everyone took. Actually, let's have a look at level 1s real quick. Oh, weird spacebar. Let me back up there. We're gonna lose this fight. Is P the pause button? Yeah. All right. Let's see what we got here for level 1s on everybody. Yeah, all seems normal. Natural perspective. Reverb. I'm seeing volatile acid being picked up a lot. I think I usually have been picking up a different one, but I've only been playing in like quick match, so. Cloud serpent build. Yeah, so he takes the glands. That's really cool. We got death ritual. Nothing unusual here. Hypershift, Wolfheart, dampen magic. All seems pretty normal in terms of picks. So I'll have to check that at level 4. Yeah. So what you're going to see from this team here, this Lunara, Kael'thas, Muradin, like stun and damage dumpster combo, is you're going to see a lot of rotations. And that's something I feel like our team might be good with her rotations, except because of the Lili play, which was on point. The blinds really just tilt the fights in their favor. And we see... Oh yeah, we got a little moment to shine. Got a successful gank on this guy. Yep. That's fun. Alright. Proud of that one. Here we go. First shrine is now active. Now, the tough thing about shrines is that I think people often make the mistake of just going into the shrine area up here. And I don't know if you can see the mouse or not. It might not be. Or, you know, I have a way of checking that. Let's see here. Yeah, the cursor is captured, so you can't actually see my mouse. Okay. Yeah, usually people end up in here, and they're in this big kill box, and they make it easy for people to fire in. And you're also taking some incidental damage from the minions. It's never great. But here we are. We all know that we need to fight first. Meanwhile, this has happened. If you look down here, Zagara's going to town on her wall. So actually, it's kind of a 4v4 fight. And I think Abathur, yeah, it was a 4v4 because Abathur did take a death there, actually. Let's give it a quick pause here to, yeah, two deaths to 2 kills. Okay. So yeah, there's Gravity Lapse, Nimblewind. He did end up going hat build. It felt like it, so I was pretty sure that was the case. I took block because of Lunara. Yeah, alright, all pretty standard stuff. Anyways, this dance continues on. Abathur, I didn't even notice when we were watching the replay. And Abathur went down. That was a pretty important thing to pay attention to. Alright, so things, generally they feel like they're going well. Like, it's pretty even, we're 2 to 3 kills. I feel like okay about the ganks we did attempt. But here's the thing. We didn't kill that many people. We went in there to try and start the thing, and we ended up, I mean, that's effectively, actually I think he is gonna die. That sucks. Yeah, so I actually end up leaving top, also, because of the split push. Yeah, I actually end up leaving top. Because Abathur at one point he calls out that he needs somebody down there. And he can't stop the Zagara split. And the Zagara split is real. We can't afford to have like a tower taken out just while we're wasting time on this thing. So that Zagara split push, very strong. And I think that's what I want to talk about is opportunity cost. I mean, effectively, you know, Death Ball pre-patch, before this sort of specialist patch, this is going to come up more and more with the increased damage from lane minions and specialists trying to be more gung-ho about splitting and pushing out lanes, is that anything you do in the game comes at an opportunity cost. So, for example, Zagara pushing the lane left has an opportunity cost of only having 4 people for the fight, but the cost was very low because we only had 4 people. I mean, pre-level 10, all you have is the Abathur hat. But if she's kind of hunting Abathur, again, maybe that cost is not as high. I think it's a good decision to have Zagara split, and often you'll see Zul do the same thing in the early stages of the game. And this may mainly come out ahead. I think Murden here overcommits to chasing down a kill on a tank, which is a suspect decision, and that costs him. And they get a tower for it and a bit more incidental damage on this thing. But generally speaking, and then there was a second decision where I made to leave this lane to go deal with the Zagara. So the opportunity cost of ignoring it to fight these guys might have been, well, we lose the Immortal anyways, and we lose the fort. So it was a decision like that like I found interesting about this game because of how strong the specialist push is. Post-patch, I don't even know what patch number is. What is it, like 19, I think? The patch were basically, in this patch, the minions, I have no idea, but the minions are effectively 54% damage to structures, and also that the catapults target structures directly instead of getting, you know, hung up on by the minion wave. And so, you know, what this means is that someone who wants to do the whole split push deal, like Zagara is even doing right now, even if they take a death, it might be worth it for the XP and for the lane advantage that it gives, because having lanes pushed out means vision, it means slowing down your enemies, and it means being closer to getting keeps. Even if you don't have the keep right away, if you're closer to getting the keep, you know, there's another gank that couldn't prevent, and I think he couldn't W out because he had a cooldown because he W'd in. Not good to do. when you're a new Barak. All right. Let's see here. So we're waiting on 10s. Let's see what we got for 10s. 'Cause I don't remember. So interesting that he you know, it's fairly standard stuff. The arcane barrier, make gravity lapse faster, activating verdant spheres. You know, I like Sunfire enchantment a lot. And then he goes Phoenix. I really dislike Phoenix. I think Phoenix is, against skilled players, is circumnavigable, if that's the right word. Like you know to leave it, and yes, it's zone control, but what you want from your DPS carries is damage. And that's why I kind of prefer Pyroblast. I don't know that a lot of people do, but Pyroblast gets the job done. It really does, against a Squisher, especially Greymane. I mean, I'd be a great target for it. So I actually don't like Phoenix here, because we're diving them. Their strat is around diving them. What's Phoenix going to do? And you have Zagara as a lane pusher. It's redundant. Zagara as your lane control. Fairly standard stuff from Lunara. Again, I think she would have benefited. I just always take Leaping Strike. Thornwood Vine is good. I don't know. They're both good, I guess. And this is Avatar. Pretty standard Murden stuff. I don't know him too well. Venom Spines. That's an interesting pick. Zagara gains 2 additional charges of Banelings. Alright, so we're going to keep this up till everyone picks all their ults here. Alright. Timeless creature, increases duration. Yeah, so this is the Serpent build. Nothing special here. Ultimate Evolution. Good Abathur team fight. I love this build. I'm so happy when people take it. They so rarely do, Abathurs. So I like that, especially with the Greymane. It's team-oriented decision. You know, Toad, pretty typical stuff for Nazebo. This is all based on the Phase Shield. So I've taken Thick Skin. I've taken Wizened Duelist. Although I'm not going to get a lot of benefit out of it this match. I'll tell you now, we didn't get that many kills. Go for the Throat is still good. And then, well, I don't know if this is a good Anubarak build. But Cocoon, very happy to see the Cocoon on a solo tank. Locust Swarm just does not cut it solo tanking. This evens the odds in a great way, in my opinion. Alright, let's get back to the game. So we've got Abathur down there, and this is where it starts to get rough. Everyone's got their 10s, and I want to see what happens here in this team fight. Now, I know I'm going to get zoned out by the tank, because I'm feeling tentative about the dumpster damage they have if they decide to focus me that I want to play Kitey and just whittle the tank down. And Anubarak has a different plan. He goes in. Do we have Ultimate Evo up yet? We do? Okay, so yeah, we got a Lily healing. We have Kael'thas in the Cocoon, not great. And see, I'm down here just dealing with this. I can't dive past the Murden. That might have gone much better if Abathur and I were on the same page, but I got held up by the Murden distraction. And I've taken a lot of damage now from Zagara, and these two guys, meanwhile, are about to get ganged up on because the evolution ran out. Our team comp definitely needed to burst them down. You could argue I was wrong, I think, for waiting, and maybe I was. I didn't find a good position to go in there. But I also feel like perhaps they should have noticed I wasn't there, and they had opportunity to leave. It wasn't like they went in and booked it and would have lived had I been there. Maybe they thought the Abathur clone was, and here's where I try to look for an opportunity foolishly. And I take a foolish death there too. I felt dumb about that. There's just no need for it. So that was a mistake. So we're defending this thing. Probably gonna take a few deaths here. Abathur goes away. That's great. Oh, he evolutions into Zebo. I wonder if that's by accident or not. And I took another death. Oh no, I had already died. This is just a bunch of them. Okay, Abathur's back alive down bot. Alright, well we held that off alright. I mean, we lost another fort. So there's two, you know, this is where I start feeling like, okay, this team is, we're playing right, but we're just not beating the other team. We're not playing well enough. Here I make a again. I look for an opportunity to catch someone out. Their tank is smarter. They're all huddled together. There's 4 of them back together again. So they made a good call to send Lily in the bottom lane to soak a bit and try and get Abathur, but mostly they're together. And we don't even end up getting the camp. And we've got someone in the cocoon, but we just can't close the deal. There's just too much going on here. I do decide to book it, but I think someone does actually take a death. Alright. Clearing the waves, everyone's going back to get healthy. They're just not going anywhere. I mean, I'd be feeling confident if I was them too. Mind you, the deaths are even, which I probably wasn't paying attention to it right in the moment, but it definitely felt like we were on the back foot. Alright, now we've got the soak. Good job on the Brightwing and the Nubarak to recognize that we just need to get some lane presence. And we could have pinged MIA, I suppose. But our guys are highly mobile. They can actually, you know, get to safety pretty quick, so maybe that's fine. I think we're getting close to the moment that turns the game. No, actually maybe not. I think there's another fight for Infernals. So here we are. We're just sticking around down here. We're pushed out. And they're rotating, like they are rotating well. They're rotating to get the kill there. See, again, I can't get past the Muradin. There's some decent attacking on his part to just keep me out, to just pick on me mostly. While the rest of my team decided to be in a position they shouldn't be in. Like, Zebros shouldn't be pushed out that far. And that's why I'm sort of playing very tentatively. Is I don't want to be anywhere where I could get ganked unless I see them, unless I have at least the tank and the melee with me. So I go up to clear lane. They're killing this real well. There just isn't much we can do about this. And here's where another screw up happens. Going there, yeah. See, there's the dive. Like, so there we got Brightwing. Too late. No habits or ult. I think it's still on cooldown. Yeah. So that's overestimation of your ability. Sometimes it happens where you just go in and you think you're going to be okay, and you got a little less than the hard way. Wow, that was some good toads though. Lunar took a ton of damage there. And this is where it starts to feel bad, man. Why you didn't wait for me? So there's been a little bit of that inattentiveness on the part of a Nubarak, like impatience to just go in. Fortunately, I was able to Worgen up and we got some good toads on him, and I got some good auto attacks. Now, this is where I felt maybe that Kael'thas might have gotten a little too overconfident, but no. Maybe I zoom in a bit. Yeah. Maybe it's a little harder to see here. There, that was a good engage. We didn't need the Abathur clone, but I was able to... So I was able to time the stun with the Dark Flight, and I'm going to chase that down. It's not going to work. Some shitty business happens down here, and we clean up. We do have the ultimate Evo, so that all works. But there's hanging out up here. I go get the camp, and because of that fight, we're able to get this bottom. And I guess if you look at it, it's weird that they lost so many people in that team fight. I guess they just overstayed their welcome. I mean, they pushed in with the Punisher, and I guess that's something that does happen with Punisher. And that was good on us, is just being patient, clearing the Punisher, and then waiting for that, hopefully that one backline to be out of position, or not even out of position. I think we just timed everything right. After a series of missteps in timing, Nubarak and I got to the target at the same time, which is really important. Brightwing was on the ball, and we had Zebras up too, and we just happened to whittle down Kael'thas. So now we're all going back to mana up, but the Nubarak pokes, and I don't know if that's good a Nubarak play or not. I don't play him a lot. I don't die a lot with him, but I don't do great with him, so I hesitate to say things. Now that's the clone getting wrecked. And that was a bit of a wasted ult. I felt bad about that, even though I guess the cooldown's pretty low. But it helped to peel, and what more can we ask for? So here is yet another shrine. Alright, yeah. So here's where we go to simply clear the lane, and they were on the ball about rotating, and we just got pwned. Now we're just running. We're not even doing the shrine. They are just relentless. They hunt the Nubarak down. I mean, we were out of position there for sure. You know, we just wanted to clear the lane, but they came up all through here, no problem, and really just railed us. So okay, this is the point I want to point out here. So we have a 30-second death on a Nubarak. It's 9-9, but what are we gonna do without our tank in a Kayle? There's nothing there to eat any good ults. Kael'thas, there's no Cocoon. This is an outnumbered fight. We do have ultimate Evo, but Greymane dies so fast. I was very nervous about this, and maybe this was the point where we made the opportunity cost decision here that I wanted to review. Yeah, this is where I didn't communicate it to my team, but I did ping this fort right here. This is when I saw, and I'm not sure why I saw it, but I saw this as being more valuable than actually getting the Punisher, strangely enough. And with the new minion changes, I've noticed that a lot of games are more often now decided by the people forgetting to clear lanes. So there's an opportunity cost decision. We fight for the Punisher, maybe get it, or because the lane's been diligently pushed out, and I don't see Zagara on my vision. I don't know how to do a team view here. Yeah, see, I don't see Zagara. All I see is what we're up to. So all I know is I want to go get this thing. It's a better play because they have 4 up here, and I assumed they had 5 at the time, and I decided to get this thing. All right, so let me clear that off. And let's see what I decide to do. I ping it twice. Brightwing lets me know she's ready to use phase shift. Now look at this also. I am avoiding the vision. I do not want to be seen. It's so irritating when people try to do sneaky things and then don't try to avoid vision. Boom, deleted. So now at this point, have they backed off yet? They've not backed off. Oh, there goes Zanara. We are totally going to get this. The Zebo follows. Brightwing teleports down. Now, this is an example. This is what I mean when I like the strategy of this game, because we decided to just give it up and take bot fort. But it wasn't just that we snuck down. It was a kind of fortuitous in that there was a path where I could sneak, but I did take a super long way around. Got the Zagara gank, which was just bonus. I didn't expect that. And then this thing, well, we had the wave already crashed up on it, is doing a ton of damage in addition to Worgen form, which is crazy broken. So, we're going to get this and get out. And what I also liked about my teammates, that made me very happy, is that the Punisher comes down the line. Nubarak is not racing to help me. Alright, there's stuff. Help us. He's dealing with Punisher, which is great. And I think Nazebo's going to bite it here, but I think it's actually worth. Now, I don't know if you do this 100 times and always make the same decision, if it always works out, if it's a plus expected value decision. But I certainly felt pretty proud of this moment in particular, and I've been thinking a lot about that, where effectively they get the map objective, they get a wall, and we ignore the map objective to look for an opportunity to strike, and we get the fort. The bottom lane is now ours with the increased strength of the catapults. Well, I guess there is an increased strength, just the strength of the catapults alone pushing up the lane with Abathur. Yeah, and see, I think that's the first time we see something kind of positive in the chat in the beginning of the game. So you can definitely tell the team felt pretty good about the call. Which is my call. This is my call. I'm the strategic mastermind. But, you know, they were also awesome because they came to help us. And sometimes you try to make calls like that and teammates don't follow, so trust is has to be earned with teammates. And so this is, I mean, the rest of the game, it was that moment in particular where the decision was made to go split and not take the objective that worked out in a win versus, I may remind you, Zagara, who is like a freaking nightmare right now in this game with split pushing. But, you know, we'll watch out the rest of the game, see what happens. But that in particular, that moment was, I was particularly proud of it. And I guess we weren't losing as bad as I thought we were. It just, I felt very tentative because of some missed steps, I think, early in the game that caused me to feel like it wasn't going to go well. And yeah, and it's hardly far from over. When you're in the middle of this game, it's easy from like hindsight to look at it and be like, oh, obviously that was a good decision. But so many times that decision doesn't get made in the game. And also, we still have to win a team fight. I mean, we've got the bottom lane pushed out, we've got some siege, we're forcing Zagara, who I kind of disagree should be down there, but she probably has Nidus somewhere? Does she have Nidus? I don't know. I don't see any. She did take Nidus, right? Yeah, so that's... She's got them all in pretty... Well, okay, that's convenient enough, I suppose. That's pretty good. Alright, so she's in the fight, and now we've got to win this thing. So that, again, the timing here is pretty important. We've exhibited that we don't have good timing. Here we are kiting again, which is what I sort of instructed, because diving them we just get wrecked by them. Here comes a Phoenix, and here's why I say Phoenix is so crappy. Let me just walk through it and walk around it. I spot Zag out here, and I just walk up to her. I use the Razor Swipe to get on the other side of her. And I'm going to ult on her to catch up, and one more Razor Swipe. Actually, Nubarak finishes her off. And I think we ended up putting Lily in the cocoon, so that was also good on, you know, it just worked out. A whole bunch of other chaos happening. I do take a death, but that's 4-2. That's a win in my books. And now we're just going to watch these guys dance a bit. Honestly, a really, really good Kael'thas should be able to, well, actually, with the nerfs, probably not wreck those two. He needs a body in front of him on a 2v1. Unless they're running away. Because, like, the poke is slow. His DPS isn't fast unless he combos and you're at maybe less than 50% health. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, he took redirects. Ooh. Don't like this Kael'thas's build. So, yeah, what else did he go? It's alright. I like that one, but, man. Oh yeah, this is where Brightwing goes boss on it, but doesn't get the kill. Stimmed up Abathur had on Brightwing. That's pretty good, too. And if you want to see what the things I took the extra distance on Unfettered Assault. I love that one. I actually took Reduced Disables. I was scared of the stuns, so I don't want to be stunned. And then Morgan Cleave. Oh, and that's pretty brutal. Another thing about this map too is that Punisher is wicked. It's not that he does a lot of damage, but the stun. I mean, especially versus Greymane. Don't get stunned if you're a backliner. Let it go, you'll die. But I mean, this is basically where we win. This game is over. We got their Lunara down. And we're just going to walk this in after 20 minutes that if you can leverage your Punisher correctly, it's usually game. So, get the Kael'thas here, finally. Second death, I think. I don't think we killed him too many times. And that's going to be it. And of course, if you're at the core, and you got a Greymane, Worgen up, Wolfheart, and auto-attack to victory. Greymane in particular is pretty lethal on the core. And there's two of them, actually. So, that was the game. So it actually turned out to be more evenly fought, I think, throughout it. I think I was feeling a little more tentative than I should have, because we he did pretty well. The thing I wanted to demonstrate the most with this match, though, in particular, was can't see talents after the game is over. That's weird. But the thing I wanted to look at, discuss, think about a lot more was the fact that there were a couple of spots in that game where, in many games that I've played, we would have just gone straight to the objective, fought it underhand, shorthanded, or just waited, or patiently soaked in lane. But I really felt like we took some opportunities here to take some strikes, and I felt like those decisions won us the game. In particular, figuring out how we needed to coordinate in the team fight that mattered in the game towards the end, and taking that bottom keep, which allowed the additional pressure to keep Zagara distracted for the most part in the bottom lane. I don't know. Maybe I'm overselling the idea that the bottom lane mattered that much, but I think it did. Ultimately, we just sort of won the team fight at the end, which, even if we didn't get that keep, I don't know, maybe we still would have won it. But anyways, it was that game. I was thinking a lot about it after I'd played it, and I just wanted to see it again and see what went right. Hopefully, I'll do another one of these, I think, because it's kind of fun to go back to your matches and look at what happened. I know I've had a few rough Chen matches lately that I'd like to look at. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed, watching the replay and listen to me just think about these things for a little bit. Don't forget, heroesforyou.com is where you can check out, the Core podcast. I imagine if you're here, it's probably because you listen to Core, but if you don't, heroesforyou.com, and check it out. All right, there's a Chen video coming, I promise. Chen is really awesome right now, and he deserves to be played, so I will be showing you how I play him real soon. So until next time, thanks for watching, and good luck, have fun.